Hi guys, welcome to the Art Occultist. My name is Elisa and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Today we are going to have a little chat. Let me just quickly light this candle. Okay. I am coming to you from my personal altar. I've decided that this is the space that I feel the most energized when I am doing videos for this channel and also for the Liminal Oracle. So this is my setup. As you can see, I've changed some things around, and as I was rearranging this space to fit in with my practice, my personality, to reflect those things, I was contemplating the foundations of magic. And this is the topic that I want to speak about today in this video. I have my journal here. I have some notes, but to be quite honest, they are all over the place, and they are just a jumping off points, and I'm going to be doing this video mostly intuitively, and yeah, so let's see how it goes. So I've been practicing magic since 2009, and I started out with Wicca because it was the only thing available to me here in Bulgaria where I live. Actually, I was really lucky to stumble upon that. I have a lot of experience. I've studied a lot of different traditions, a lot of different teachings. My personal practice right now is really eclectic and personalized. So I take a lot of elements from other systems and traditions and make them my own. So this is where I'm coming from. This is my background in terms of this discussion. I think that it's important for you to know my background so that you know what to take and to be more informed yourself in terms of the content that I'm producing and what you are consuming. It's important for me to inform you that I didn't start practicing magic yesterday and that I have some experience behind my back. The other thing that I just want to mention is that this is my personal experience. I don't claim to speak for any particular tradition or for other practitioners out there. What I'm going to speak about is only my personal observations, my personal beliefs, ideas, etc. You don't have to agree with them, but you have to be respectful in the comment section down below. This is the quick disclaimer, and I think that I'm ready to start. So, the foundations of magic. First, let me define what magic means to me. Magic and witchcraft for me are interconnected. For me, practicing magic, practicing witchcraft essentially boils down to the ability to sense energy, manipulate that energy with the idea of achieving a particular result. The manipulation of energy is in the foundation of what practicing witchcraft and practicing magic is for me personally. The foundations of magic and what you need to successfully be able to manifest or manipulate the energy to achieve a particular goal or particular thing in your life. So the first thing that I wrote is knowledge. You need to know what you are doing. Knowledge comes from research, reading, being informed, and researching and learning from different traditions. Know what you're doing. Having knowledge will help you achieve success, because it's very hard to do something if you don't know what you're doing, if you have no knowledge base of how things work, why you are doing certain things, etc. So the knowledge is the first thing on my list, and it's very important. Now, if you work in a specific tradition of magic, you need to know the specifics of that traditions. Every tradition has specific correspondences. For example, you may use the herb lavender for a lot of different things, but you need to know in the context of your tradition why you are using lavender for this particular thing. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope that you do. So knowledge and being curious and doing research is my number one foundation of magic, if you want to practice magic. Number two on my list is awareness. Being aware of why you are doing certain things. Asking the most important question, why? Why do I want to manifest certain thing? Why am I using those particular ingredients? Why am I engaging in this particular technique? Knowing your why and having awareness is a key point. It's a essential foundation of magic. Also, awareness of yourself, awareness of your abilities, awareness of your level. Don't be delusional. Know why you are doing the things that you are doing. This is very important. So self-reflection also goes into this category of awareness. Number three, intention. Your intention matters, but it irritates me to beyond words when I hear witches and practitioners say your intention is all that matters in terms of witchcraft and in magic. No, your intention is one of the most important ingredients, yes, but it is not the only singular thing that matters. Because if it was, we would all be rich, nobody would struggle, etc. Your intention is great. It's necessary to have clear intentions when you engage in magic, but it's not all that matters. So yeah, you need to know your why, you need to have clear intentions, you need to be really aware of your situation, your environment, yourself, your own capabilities, the society that you live in, what's possible, what's not possible. You need to have the solid knowledge base upon which to work on. So intention is not the singular most important thing when you practice witchcraft. So please stop saying that it is. It is not. It is very important, but working only on intention, it's not going to produce the greatest result. Okay. The next point that I have, that's combined with intention, awareness, your why, and knowledge, is the ability to perceive your desire as if you are already living it, like it is a fact. This is very important if you want to manifest something. So you need to have the ability to perceive yourself, your situation, the thing that you want, as if it is already normal for you, as if it is already a part of your life. So it's very important to have this skill, and this is something that we can all develop. This is a skill that you can work on and develop. So in order for you to be able to perceive yourself as the thing that you want to manifest, as the version of yourself that you want to manifest, you need to be able to see yourself living that life. You need to be able to experience those feelings within yourself. You need to be able to cultivate those thoughts in your mind before you actually see tangible results. So you need to start acting as if you are that version of yourself, or you need to start perceiving yourself as the person that has those things in your life. And you need to start showing up through your actions, feelings, thoughts constantly. So consistency in this ability to perceive yourself as the person that has the things that you want to have, etc. So yeah, practicing magic is a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I am tired of seeing people online portraying it as it's only make-believe, like it's only intentions, as it's something that's easy. Magic, it's accessible to everybody. Witchcraft, is accessible to everybody, but you need to put in the work if you want to receive results, if you want your magic to be successful. It's not just putting herbs on a candle and burning that candle. It's a lot more. That's just the surface level. That's just what gives. That's what the algorithm wants. That's just the aesthetic of it. But if you want to practice successfully, you need to have a lot of skills, you need to have a lot of knowledge, and actually you need to invest a lot of time to learn to actually practice. Time, effort, energy, and presence if you want to be successful in your witchcraft, in your magic. It's not going to come to you like this. Nothing comes to us like this. So please don't believe the witches out there that are selling you this idea that if you put specific herbs on a candle, burn it, you will have your dream life. A lot more goes into a successful spell, into a successful manifestation, and all starts with knowledge, awareness, perception, clear intention, knowing your whys. Knowing yourself is very important if you want to have success in magic. Okay. Next on my list is attention and presence. You need to be able to focus your attention. You need to be able to be present mentally, emotionally, physically with your energy when you are doing magic, when you are doing a working. And to be quite honest, if you're constantly only on your phone scrolling TikTok, you're not doing magic, and this is actually actively hurting your ability to practice magic. Because why? because TikTok is designed to capture your attention and shorten your attention span. So it's hindering your ability to be present. And when you are casting spells, when you are engaging in manifestation, you need to have your entire focus, entire attention and presence. You need to be so involved in the activities, in what you are doing, that you need to be able to control your mind, your emotions, your presence. So once again, it is a lot of work because of the environment that we live in. We are constantly fighting for our attention with our phones, with the TV screen, with the news. If you want to practice magic, you need to be able to pay attention. You need to be able to be focused for long periods of time. You need to be able to bring all of yourself to the working. It's very important. And with this point, I have written down the ability to empty yourself and to become a vessel and a conduit for the energy. This needs focus. You need to know how to focus yourself, your presence, your attention. I'm just going to backtrack a little bit. In the beginning, I specified that for me, witchcraft and magic is essentially the manipulating of energy, directing of that energy. You need to know how different energy currents make you feel. You need to be able to differentiate between different energy currents so that you can successfully manipulate them, direct them, and focus them, and align yourself with them for you to manifest and empower your spell working, etc. So this is a foundational skill that you need if you want to practice witchcraft: the manipulation of energy, the ability to perceive energy, the ability to empty yourself and fill yourself with a particular energy current, the ability to align yourself with that. And what helps with that? Meditation. I am sorry, but if you want to practice spirituality, magic, manifestation, etc., you need to be able to meditate. Meditate meaning emptying the mind, seeing your thoughts, controlling your thoughts flow, controlling your self-talk, your emotions. It all starts from meditation. Meditation is so important, and I am sorry, but there's no excuse if you are serious in terms of practicing magic. You need to find the time to dedicate to a consistent meditative practice, because it is one of the things that will boost your skills to the next level. If you have control over yourself, you will become much better in determining differentiating between different energy flows, and you will be able to discern what you are doing. Meditation will open so many doors for you. So yeah, focus, meditation, being able to empty yourself, being able to leave your daily bullshit at the door prior to entering sacred space, prior to casting a circle, laying a compass, whatever you're doing at the start of your spellcraft. You need to be able to show to the working fully present. So yeah, and with a clear mind, clear heart about why you're doing those things, and a solid knowledge base. I feel that I'm repeating myself, but I don't see a lot of practitioners online actually speaking about the level of effort, commitment, and actual work that it is involved when you are practicing magic. It's not all willy-nilly. Yeah, so yeah, I'm really passionate about those things. So the next things that I wrote on my list are willpower, energy flow, and direction. I touched upon those things. So you need to be able to see how the energy flows, and you need to be able to direct that energy if you want to use it in order for it to manifest the things that you want, or if you want it to bring the things that you want. You get what I'm saying. So you need to be able to focus, use your attention, lock in. You need to be able to direct that energy. You need to be able to manipulate it. You need to be able to align with it. And you need to be able to use your willpower at certain points to direct it, to tell it what it needs to do, etc. So willpower is very important in magic, in spell casting, etc. Because essentially you are declaring the thing that you want. There's the other side of this coin, that is acceptance. So once you have declared your desires, once you have put in the work, you need to be able to accept that energy once it comes to you. So those are two very important things in magic, going forward and then receiving. So yeah. Older traditions and practitioners tended to use the terms masculine energy and feminine energy, in terms of the masculine energy being the energy that you project forward, and the feminine energy being the energy that you perceive or that you receive. I don't like those terms. I think that they're outdated and that they don't really depict the fullness of this experience, because masculine and feminine, it's a bit controversial. It's not, they're not the right terms in my personal experience. Once again, this is only my opinions. So I prefer to use the terms projecting energy and then receiving energy, instead of masculine and feminine principles. So yeah, you need to learn how to direct and how to receive efficiently. Next one, the ability to see, visualize, and feel the energy. Now I know that there are some people that can't visualize. But to be quite honest, I know that that's a very, 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 very teeny tiny percent of the population that actually cannot visualize. I'm not speaking to those people. There are techniques that those people can use instead of visualization. But the majority of the people that say that they cannot visualize, I am pretty sure, because there's a huge percentage of people online that are coming on here and saying that they cannot visualize. And to me, it sounds like they haven't put in the work. Once again, I acknowledge that for some people it is impossible, but statistically speaking, that percentage is much smaller than the people that claim that they cannot visualize. And to be quite honest, I've seen this in the witchcraft spiritual scene online. A lot of people tend to seek for the shortcut. They like the aesthetics, and they don't really put in the work to develop their senses, their abilities, etc. And I'm hearing a lot of excuses, and I don't really like that. If you're serious, you are going to be dedicated and you are going to find a way. So that's the reality in life for anything that you want to do. If you don't want something strong enough, you are going to find excuses, etc. So yeah, once again, my personal opinion. Okay. So the next thing that I have written on my short list here about the foundations of magic is consistency and repetition. You need to consistently show up. If you are doing spiritual work, if you're developing spirit relationships, you need to show those entities that you are serious. You need to show yourself first and foremost that you are serious about that. Because being consistent, showing up, doing something, putting in the work, the practice, and using repetition, this will polish your skills. And by doing that, you are actually going to build self-confidence in your own abilities, because you will know, you will have your basics covered. You will know your why. You will have done the research, so you will have a solid knowledge base. You will have clear intentions, and you will know that you have put in the effort. You will be confident in what you're doing because you've done it 1,000 times. You have practice. Practice builds confidence, and confidence is something that will help you actually believe in yourself, and will this belief in yourself, the belief that, okay, I know what I'm doing, I know how to do this, I've read so many things, I've practiced, I showed up for my meditations, I know what I'm doing, I am focused, I am present. This belief in yourself will change the game for you. It is much easier to manifest something when you believe that that thing belongs to you, when you believe that you deserve the thing, when you believe that that you are able to live your dream life, what have you. There's a shadow side to this. When we have negative beliefs and when we constantly feed in those negative beliefs, guess what's manifesting in your life? Those negative beliefs. So yeah, all of those things are very, very important. Let me just backtrack for a second and go back to awareness. We live in relation to other things. We exist in a relation to other people. We exist in a relation to money, to society, to politics, etc. Everything in our existence is relational. So you need to be very aware about your living situation and what's actually possible. Of course, you can push your limits and dream big and try to manifest big, but at the same time, you need to be confident with where you stand and what's actually possible. Because magic and energy, they take the path of least resistance when it comes to coming back to you. So you've placed your intention, you've projected your will forward, you've made your request, you've done your spell work, etc. When it comes time to receive, those desires. When it comes time to see results, remember that energy takes the path of least resistance. So you need to be very aware of your environment, what's possible, etc. So that you don't trap yourself in this cage of delusions of being this grand magus, this very powerful witch in here, but at the same time your life being shit, your external life. So there's a fine line that spiritual practitioners need to walk, being realistic, but at the same time having the confidence and self-belief that you can do the things that you want to do. So yeah, the next foundation of magic that I wrote on my list is creativity and play. Both of those things are extremely important. You need to know your basics. You need to know the rules before you try to break them and before you try to establish your own thing. Because you cannot establish your own thing. You cannot be creative and playful to the maximum of your abilities if you don't have any knowledge of what's possible. So yeah, learn the rules before you try to break them. Practice within a paradigm or within a system before you try to take it, break it apart, and create something creative that's uniquely yours. But once you are confident in your abilities, once you have a solid foundational base of knowledge, self-awareness, all of the things that we've spoken about, then you can spread your wings, play with different things, play with different correspondences, and actually build a system that is specifically catered to you. Because you will have the ability, you will have the confidence, you will have the knowledge base, you will have the skill, you will have the training that you need to do those things for yourself. Magic is the same as the pursuit of magic is the same as any other pursuit. If you want to be a master artist, you need to show up, you need to learn your basics, you need to learn color theory, you need to learn how to paint, you need to learn the basics. If you want to be a professional cook, cooking things, you need to learn how the basics of cooking, and only then you can be creative and invent new recipes. The same goes with sports, playing sports. If you want to be a professional athlete, you start from the basic, and once you have that confidence and that level of mastery, you can create new techniques and expand. It's the same with magic. And I'm really tired of practitioners coming online and telling people that it's really easy. Nothing is easy if you want to be proficient in it. Nothing. Of course, some people have talent for magic, some people have talent for sports, but you are not going to be master and the best if you only rely on talent and natural abilities. You need to put in the work, and that's with everything in life. So please stop romanticizing that magic will solve all of your problems like this, without any effort, without any work. It doesn't work like this. So yeah, if you want to practice magic, witchcraft, etc., any spiritual tradition, invest the time, the effort, and the attention to actually know what you're doing. So yeah, I think that my rant is over. Okay, the next point is aligned action with the 3D world. Like I said, you can push boundaries. but you essentially need to align your actions with the 3D world. Meaning, if you want to manifest, for example, a new job, that's a very easy example, and you do a spell for that new job, you cannot rely simply on that spell to bring you this job. You need to actively do things in the real outside world, meaning you need to fix your CV, you need to apply to different jobs, you need to keep your options open. So always align your magical work with practical actions in the external reality. And then you will have amazing results. Okay, next point that I wrote: understanding that everything is real and that nothing is real all at the same time. Let me repeat. You need to integrate that knowledge, that understanding that everything is real. Magic is real. Energy is real. The outside world is real. All our societal structures are real. You need to know that. But at the same time, you need to know that nothing is real and everything is an illusion. Both things are true simultaneously. And when you integrate that understanding, that truth, everything becomes possible. Because you know that everything's made up, everything's an illusion, but everything is real at the same time. So you need to understand that everything's possible because of that duality. And as an experienced magical practitioner, you will start seeing how the energy flows between those polarities, and this will help you direct the energy to your favor and align yourself to a particular energy current in your favor. So once again, meditation is the key for those deeper understandings. Self-reflection is key for those understanding. Studying philosophy, studying everything that you can get your hands on will actually benefit your spiritual and magical practice. So once again, this path takes effort. It's not easy. This path will challenge you. So yeah, I think I want to speak about spiritual awakenings in a separate video. Tell me in the comment section down below if it is something that you're interested to hearing my perspective about, around, etc. The last point that I've written down in my notes is specific matter, but not to the extent that they become obstacles. And this point is connected to your intention settings and knowing your why. When you are creating a spell work, it's very important to be specific with what you want, why you want it, etc. But not to the extent that those specifics are actually creating a box that is limiting energy to come into you and actually manifesting. What do I mean by that? Let me illustrate that with an example. Okay, for example, you want to cast a love spell because maybe you're tired of the dating world, you're tired with the guys that you're meeting or the girls that you're meeting or what have you, they don't meet your standards. So you decide that it's time for you to cast a love spell. You need to be specific about what you want to attract in a partner, but you want to leave it open enough so that magic has a room to play. So, for example, you want to manifest a partner that has certain qualities. You need to sit down and write the qualities that you want in your partner, and then prioritize the things that are most important to you. Now, I've done this myself, and when I did that love spell for myself, I asked for a specific partner in terms of, I asked of the universe, of God, what have you, to bring in a partner that would make me feel special, that will take care of me, that will be present. Do you see what I mean? I didn't ask the universe to bring me a partner that's a specific height, specific weight, etc. I was specific, but I was open enough in my request. So yeah, I asked for specific treatment and specific feelings that I wanted from the relationship. I didn't ask for a very specific person or a very specific physical appearance, if you will. It's always very, very bad idea in terms of love workings to ask for a specific person. For example, you have a crush on a boy named Brian. It's a very wrong idea to make a love working to attract this specific person and to be in a relationship with this specific person. When it comes to magic and energy work, it's always the best idea to be very specific, but not specific enough to box yourself in. And by doing this, by applying this principle, you are actually building a fail-safe for you so that you avoid negative consequences. Because in the example okay, I have a crush on this boy Brian, I want to be in a relationship with him, but I don't know this boy or man well enough. So even if that spell came true, maybe this person is abusive and I didn't know that. So it's important to focus on the bigger ideas and specifics, and not on a particular individual. And that applies across the board for love, money, what have you. So yeah, guys, I think that's everything that I wanted to say for this topic, foundations of magic. I feel that I was a bit all over the place, but I'm very passionate about this topic. I think that it's not accurately portrayed online, and a lot of newbies, a lot of new people that are just starting out are getting the wrong idea that magic, witchcraft, spirituality is all about intention and aesthetics, and that's not the reality of it. That's just play dress up, if you will. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the Art Occultist. I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that this discussion was helpful. Please be respectful in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to hear from you if you are a magical practitioner yourself. What do you think are the foundations of magic? Once again, those were my opinions, my observations from my path. Once again, I started practicing in 2009, so that's a long time, and I feel that I have the necessary experience to speak my mind. And yeah, I'll be more than interested to hear from you guys. And yeah, conversation is always welcomed in this space, but only if it's respectful. Thank you once again. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.